What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Seth, and on this channel, we just like to talk all things investing, really. In today's video, we're going to be talking specifically about the Amazon stock split. The stock split has been pretty big news in the past week, especially. I've seen a lot of things about it on social media, but more importantly, I've seen a lot of questions about the stock split on social media, and I'm hoping that in this video here, we can just clear up some of those questions for you guys. So to start off, what is a stock split? So a stock split is essentially a company's way of making more expensive stocks a bit more affordable for your average retail investor is one of the reasons that they do it. Another reason that they do it is to create just overall more shares of the company. And a third reason that they do it is kind of goes in with the first and the second one, is that they can reach a wider range of investors, having that more affordable price. So if you haven't heard anything about it, Amazon is doing a 20-for-1 stock split. And I'll kind of show you guys this article I found that has a little bit more data on it here. So what that means, so you can see here, it says Amazon shares may soon become more affordable for the average investor after shareholders approved the 20-for-1. After the shareholders approved the 20-for-1 stock split at Wednesday's meeting. So essentially, if you're confused on how that works, the best way I can explain it is, say you had a $20 bill. I don't have one here on me right now. And you split that one $20 bill into 20 different $1 bills. Right here. And we can look at this chart here of Amazon for a little example. Let me pull it up. Okay, so we are looking at this is a 5-day chart of Amazon, right? So here back on the 25th is when they had confirmed the split, the shareholders. And according to information that I have found on I will give you guys some more proof of this information later. And the way that I see it is that in order for you to be a part of this stock split, you had to own at least one whole share. That's kind of the catch here. It is a 20-for-1 stock split, not a 20 for 0.75, not a 20 for 0.5. You did have to own at least one whole entire share. And that was all going to have to happen before this date here, this May 27th, which was last Friday. So as you can see here, it was trading around this $2,200 range, guys. And so, for example, if we were going to put this more into perspective here, essentially, if they were to do the split from that exact price on that day, you'd have to take the $2,200 and divide that by 20 shares. And essentially on that split date, which I will give you guys in just a second, one of these Amazon shares is going to be worth about $110, if you can see that, according to my math. So yeah, as you can see, it does definitely make the shares a bit cheaper, make them look a bit more appealing for people to buy. And so, like I said, you did have to own at least one of those whole shares by last Friday, May 27th, in order to be a part of this split. But there's a couple other dates that are actually important for this split. So let's see if I can pull up this article here to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. So as you can read here, it just says the split would give our employees more flexibility on how they manage their equity in Amazon, and it also makes the share price more accessible for people looking to invest in the company, blah, blah, blah. We've gone over all that. But if you come down here, so it says right here, investors of record on May 27th in 2022, so in their books, will receive an additional 19 shares for every one held. So say if you were to hold 5 shares before the split, essentially you would have 100 shares after the split, which would be pretty cool, which is a whole different play. So the trading of the split shares will begin on June 6th. Now that is Monday, but what's also important is on Friday, June 3rd, after hours is when, if you are a holder of one of the shares, is when your additional shares should start to show up. Sometime after hours should show up in your brokerage. And then on Monday, as a market open, Amazon, as you will see, will be trading at their split price, at that 20-for-1 split price. Maybe wondering, is it worth it to buy the Amazon stock before? Obviously, it's too late as of right now, but would it have been worth it to buy it before the 27th? Would it not have been? And my answer for you guys on that is it is all 100% completely based on your risk to reward tolerance as an investor. But simply put, I do believe that your maximum profit or your maximum outcome would be to buy the stock pre-split. Of course, that is not logical for many people, for average retail investor. $2,500 for one share of a company, guys, is expensive. I do understand that. In TLM, or too little money is a huge problem. Shout out to my boy Aaron at Aaron Neo Nerd on YouTube here. We're always talking about that on our live streams, which are every Friday. If you guys ever want to stop by, a little shout out. But we do talk about TLM, which happens to mean too little money, and we both suffer from it. I know I suffer from it tremendously, and I know I'm not the only one. But essentially, if you were to buy the stock before the split, then yes, you would receive an additional 20 or 9. You would receive an additional 19 shares of Amazon. So you would have 20 total shares. Now, say that Amazon even goes up to half of what it's at right now. And we can go, look, guys, Amazon, I'm pretty sure for the better, at least half of this last decade, has been trading at over $1,000, which is crazy. It is a crazy long time. We can look at this 5 years. And even if you go back 5 years ago, I mean, she's right around that $1,000 mark, guys. That's pretty insane. But even if it were to go back up to, say, just a half of what it's at right now, up to that 1,000, essentially you were to have turned that $2,000 or whatever it happened to be, whenever you did buy that split, you could have turned that money into an easy 20,000, having those 20 shares all worth $1,000. Obviously, is how that math would work. Correct me if my math is wrong also. But like I said, that's not logical for everyone, and I understand that. I get that. I'm just saying, for the most potential outcome and based on your risk reward as an investor, how you would want to play it is completely up to you. Of course, this is never financial advice. I would never tell you what to do with your money, guys. This is simply just facts and information to help you make a little bit more of an educated investment, of course. Now, obviously, it would be there also is a power play in waiting till the stock splits, guys. The whole point of the stock split is to make the stock price cheaper and make it look more buyable. And in reality, it is more viable. And I don't think it would be a bad idea to maybe scoop up some on this humongous, which you could call dip or split. And also, guys, I'm not saying that the stock price is immediately going to shoot up or that it will go back up to even half of what it was at. I'm simply stating a best scenario type situation, a theoretical, if you will, of what could happen with your money. And if you can also do your own research, look at past experiences with stock splits. One of them was Tesla's most recent one. I believe it only took them a couple weeks to go back up to what they were trading at. Again, that doesn't mean that it's going to happen with Amazon by any mean or any of the other splits coming up this week. But of course, as an investor, we can only hope for the best, right? And do your own research and be prepared and only invest what you're willing to lose always. And you guys also may have been wondering, what happens if you buy that one share, if you bought that one share before the 27th, what happens in between all this time of the split and all that? Essentially, how I understood it is that the rights to the split transfer with the shares. So if you bought that one share before the 27th and you held it all throughout this week, then Friday, tomorrow, June 3rd, after markets, you should see your additional 19 shares showed up. But if you were to have bought that share before the 27th and you happen to sell that share before Friday, then like I said, you will also have sold your rights to the stock split. And guys, if you did happen to miss out on this opportunity to get the share before May 27th, or you just hadn't heard about it in time or didn't have the money, whatever the case may be, and you did want to own the share before then, there are more stock splits coming up, a little sneak peek. There's a couple huge companies that still have yet to do one this year. Do a little research and find out pretty easily, guys. But that's for a later video. But I'm just saying, don't feel left out. There's plenty more opportunity out there for you guys. And as always, I really hope this helped clear up any questions that you guys may have had. Let me know down in the comments what your play is or what your view is on the whole thing. If you agree with me, if you don't disagree with me, I don't care. I won't be butthurt, guys. I just love the discussion. And that's all we really had for this video. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate any and all love you guys give me. You guys are awesome. And I love making videos for you guys. But until the next one, peace out.